We're also learning there were more than 1,500 rescues in Kerr County after the river rose. Tonight, another story of survival. This one from Ingram. KENS 5 reporter Mike Jimenez shares the story of a man and his pregnant girlfriend who were rescued from the river. Mike?
Isis, William, Yankee, and Alexis Vargas were living in a mobile home in Ingram, 100 yards away from the Guadalupe River when the flood water started to rise. Even today, Yankee says they still haven't fully processed what happened. William Yankee says he and his girlfriend Alexis Vargas woke up after the electricity shut off in the early morning hours on the 4th of July. Then Alexis said she smelled water.
Thought, what a weird thing, you know. She's 6 months pregnant, so I thought maybe her senses were heightened at that time.
Yankee says he and Alexis jumped out of bed and felt water on their feet. They ran into the living room and he met his roommate, Jackie. Yankee says they opened the front door and saw the raging river had already washed away their truck. Yankee says he then heard a terrifying sound.
The mobile home that was in front of us, the one we were looking out the front door, I could hear it cracking, the foundation, and I could see it moving, and like my stomach sank. That was two times in this entire story. That was the scariest I've ever been, because it was a reality that I didn't know what to do.
Yankee says his roommate had one life jacket and gave it to Alexis. He ended up kicking the back door open.
I looked at my girlfriend, and at that time, all the furniture had floated up into the hallway, and it was just me and her and the door, and my roommate. I could hear her screaming, just pray.
Soon, Yankee and Alexis were floating down the river.
I just told her, I could see her just enough to where I told her, you know, I love you, and grab a tree.
Yankee says they ended up finding a tree and held on for about an hour and a half and had lost Jackie, who had her dog Jack with her. Eventually, Yankee says they ended up losing grip of the tree and managed to float to another one.
And I told her, I said, if we let go of this one, we're most certainly gonna die.
They stayed there for another 30 minutes when the sun came up, and Yankee says he then felt hope. Yankee says the water level started going down, and a man on the banks of the river saved them with a green extension cord.
He tied it to a tree, and he tied it to himself, and he waited out there, and he told me to grab onto that extension cord, and he told her to grab onto my back.
Yankee's trailer ended up about 400 yards downstream, and his truck was found 7 miles away. Yankee's roommate survived too, but sadly she lost grip of her dog Jack and is still searching for him. Yankee says he's grateful to be alive and to the unknown man who saved him and Alexis.
My heart and my prayers and everything goes out to everybody who lost somebody in that flood, because it was terrifying. It was fast. It caught us all off guard.
Yankee says he is also thankful for all the community support he has received, and also for the owner of Zanabel B&B in Ingram, who is giving him a place to stay while he recovers. Now, if you know the whereabouts of Yankee's roommate's dog, Jack, you're urged to contact her. There is a $500 reward. We will be posting her contact information on this web story at KENS5.com. Reporting live in Kerrville, Mike Jimenez, KENS 5.